Hey guys, it's Elgin over here at eXp Realty, and it is, we're in the middle of November. We're the week before Thanksgiving, which leaves us, approximately 45 days or so before we are at 2024. So, message is here to some of my fellow business realtors, some of my entrepreneurs. By now, if you guys haven't already done your business plans, you're probably working on them. If not, you should be working on them because we got to hit the ground running in 2024, right? A lot of different moving parts that are out there as far as where the interest rate's going to be. Are there any foreclosures? Are there just all of the moving parts that you feel and that you'll see, right? So, hey, listen, you got to cut out all of that noise. You got to cut all that noise, and one of the first things that you got to do right now is you really got to decide where and how you want your business to look. I want to challenge you to something now. It's not just about how you want your business to look in 2024. Really look at yourself and ask yourself a question. What do you want your business to look like? What do you want to be? How do you want to operate 5 years from now? See, Lord willing, 5 years is coming anyway. I believe that sometimes we don't build enough toward that future, and I've been a victim of that myself. So that's why I can say that. So what I'm saying to you is, where do you want to be 5 years from now in your business, right? And not just the quote-unquote, I want to be a 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 million quote-unquote producer. Where do you really want to be? What kind of net income do you want? What type of investments would you like to have? What type of relationships would you want with your family, your kids, your grandchildren, whatever it is? What does that look like 5 years from now, right? What does that look like? And then let's break it down to how do we get to 5 years from now? Because say whatever age you are right now, add 5 years to that. Again, Lord willing, that's what you'll be, right? So I know where I'll be 5 years from now as far as age, and that has a profound effect of how I want my business to be and my business to run here in 2024. That's just what it is, and that's the way it makes sense. It makes sense for how I want to be 5 years from now. The current brokerage that you're at, I'm not saying you leave or you stay, but what are you getting out of that? The current brokerage you have or own, whatever the case it may be, how is that broker or brokerage doing to help you achieve your goals 5 years from now? Is there any passive income opportunities? Is there any stock options? Is there any growth? Or is it basically you're listing and selling? And I know you're on 100% and all that. I get it. I get it. And then what? Then what? Because basically what you're looking at and what you're doing is you, as a salesperson, you are your number one income generating source. How long do you want to be that? If you're building a team and you got a big team and all that, which is great, what happens if your team pivots? Right? Or what happens if you've got a lot of expenses and say your team is producing, but truth of the matter, you have to produce because again, you're the number one income generating source. If you're the number one generating source for your business, you have to ask yourself, what does that look like 5 years from now? What does that look like with all the technology changes? What does that look like with the NAR situations and how our business may change? How does that look to you? And now you have to, in my opinion, begin to work towards 5 years from now. Don't wait till 5 years from now and then start working toward it. Work toward it now. Work toward it now. If you have any questions, if you'd like to actually have some conversation, if you'd like to know what we're doing and what we've been doing, we've now been at eXp 5 years. That was one of our goals, was where we would be 5 years from that point. I can tell you that the majority of those goals we have met. Falling short on a few, but we have met. And you have to remember that where the quote-unquote economy and market was 5 years ago versus to where it is today, there have been some definite changes. There's been some definite shifts. So that being said, that's a great example of why you want to look 5 years from now. Look 5 years back from your business career, assuming you've been in real estate at least 5 years. And if not, from whatever you were doing 5 years ago to where you're at today. At any rate, I want to wish you a successful, not just 2024, but a successful next 5 years. And if we can help with anything, feel free to reach out. Love to talk to you about things that we've done, things that we're doing, why we are where we're at, and what we feel opportunities are that have gotten us further along in 5 years, and how much further along we'll be 5 years from now. Have a blessed one.